let's try this a second time. First time I forgot to put the microphone on so nobody could hear what I was saying. This is Dan Hollifield, publisher of Aphelion Webzine, and this is the video editorial for the March issue of 2017. And we got lots and lots of good stuff on tap for you. And I will try and make this as quick as possible because last month I rambled on for an hour, and I'm sure nobody wants me to do that again. Now, two things I do need to say. We are going to be, as of this month, in dire need of a new flash fiction editor and a new short story editor because Nate and Kate are both stepping down because they got stuff they've got to do and no longer really have time to mess around with Aphelion, which detracts from all the stuff that they really have to get done. Nate's been one of our stalwart editors for, God, I can't even remember how long. It seems like it's been forever. It's like I can't remember too much of an Aphelion before Nate, but he's been one of the best teachers I've ever had as a writer, and he's been one of the most dedicated and talented people that has ever graced the staff. Now, Kate is pretty new, and we are really sad to have to say goodbye to her this quickly because she's awesome. I mean, just totally awesome. And that's the thing. We need somebody willing to step up and fill in for these awesome folks that are stepping down. And that's one of the true beauties of Aphelion. When there's a need, eventually we find somebody to fill that need. And it's never been anything other than fantastic. We've never had a truly bad editor. We've never had anybody that we couldn't stand to work with and that the writers couldn't stand to work with. So it's a win-win situation as far as joining the staff. However, leaving the staff is not a win-win. It's one of those things. The only solace we've got is that Nate's going to be working on his own independent writing. He's going to be working on getting some stuff published himself, which is very hard to do when you're a full-time editor on an e-zine. And Kate's going to be dealing with the situation that she is in. And I can't say, I don't know, I haven't asked, it's none of my business, but one of those things that prevents her from being able to continue being an Aphelion editor. And that's a sad thing. The thing about Nate being able to write his own stuff is a happy thing because, dude's good. We need Nate Kalehopper as a professional writer. I mean, good grief. How many of you has he helped turn things around and taught things to and just improved what you thought you knew into what you know now? Kalehopper is one of those guys, and he's multi-talented. Have you seen his ice sculptures? They're just absolutely beautiful. He did some colored flowers sculpted in ice, solid blocks of ice, and they are beyond gorgeous. He's done other things in the past with a chainsaw and a block of ice that really make him world class as an artist. But now he's gonna step back from Aphelion. He's not gonna leave the forums, but he's only going to contribute comments as far as I understand. He's not going to be the Flash contest head honcho. He's not going to be the Flash fiction editor. He's just going to be another person from Aphelion with a valid opinion who's not afraid to express that valid opinion. And I'm going to hope that he comments on any of my stuff that I put out there, because I've always found his comments helpful. And I've learned a lot from him. I really have. There's nobody better at driving home the lesson that you need to involve all the senses in a story. You have to have not only what the character sees, but you have to have what the character hears, what the character smells, what the character touches, what the character tastes if they actually eat a meal. And all these things bring the reader into the story so much more completely. And this is a lesson I learned from Nate. Without him, I wouldn't have noticed it. I might have seen it in stuff I was reading, but it never actually got in here. Not until Nate made it something that he wanted to make a point of. He's a good teacher. He's a good teacher. Now, Kate has helped so many people in the few short months she's been with us. And she's just absolutely awesome. Now, I hate to say goodbye to her, and I hope that whatever the situation is that's depriving us of her company is going to be short-lived and easily dealt with, so that she doesn't have to worry about that anymore, and she can come back in whatever capacity she can come back. But, it's one of those things. Somebody's privacy is at stake. I can't say nothing, and because it's somebody's privacy, I can't bring myself to ask any details. So I know nothing. I see nothing. Colonel Hogan, you got a lot of explaining to do. Wait a minute, that's mixing up several things. Ah, isn't it nice having a mind like mine where you just go and go and go? So many different crossovers. Imagine if King Kong was faced off not by Mothra, but by Lucy. Lord, he'd turn and run if he had any sanity. Yes, indeed, if he had any sanity. Now, that aside, and I'm good at asides because I'm always putting them aside, then again, that's beside the point. So now we've got 8 minutes into this, and I wanted to make it 15 minutes long. Because the last one was an hour, and I really got bored watching myself for an hour, and I don't want y'all to get bored watching me, because that would really be still my beating heart. All right, this is the third month of Aphelion's. No, it's the second month of Aphelion's 20th year. We don't count January because we're on vacation. So here we go. 20 years into this, and we're still bound and determined to keep going and keep doing the best we can do, and to bring the readers the best new fiction and poetry and everything else that we can. And the writers are there going, teach us this, teach us that. Oh, that's what you do. Oh, and then this is, now I see. That's what the blue pencil's for. And all of a sudden, we got new pro writers on the horizon, on the bookshelves, on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, just wherever you buy your books. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason I'm still doing this after 20 years, is because out there is about 200 people that were amateur writers that are now getting paid for what they write because they came to Aphelion, some of them as readers, some of them as writers, some of them as established, well-known amateur writers, but that there was just that one little push that we were able to give them. The nice thing is, there doesn't seem to be a stopping point on this. We're going to keep going. As long as I can afford to keep Aphelion online, we're going to keep going. And after I shuffle off this mortal coil, I hope somebody takes over the reins and pays the bills and lets the staff do the voodoo that they do so well and keeps Aphelion going and keeps the readers coming back for new stuff to read and keeps the writers coming back because, hey, this is a good place to learn something. You might not know what it is you need to learn. We might not know what it is you need to learn. But I guarantee you, you'll learn it sooner or later, as long as you ain't afraid of trying new things and taking new directions and making the attempt to make your writing better than it was before. Now, let's see. We've got, Ed Sullivan has put out a new version of his recent series of books. And if you Google him, you'll find exactly what it is. I think the new title is Six Queens. Don't quote me on that. I don't have any notes right now. I'm winging this. This is, I usually have a script, but no, tonight I don't. So just, it's that way. But Edward Sullivan, David Olnar Slew, same person. Oops. Hope I didn't out anybody. Anyway, go look for that. Stephanie Osborne, our good friend, my good friend from the convention circuit, has just finished the manuscript for her second book in the series that we had the preview for last month, Alpha and Omega. And she has not turned it over to her beta readers yet, but she is about to. I mean, within the next few days, she's going to go back in and tweak a few things, and then she'll turn it over. And then within 6 months, probably less, knowing her, I mean, she is a rocket scientist. Everything goes fast. So she'll have that second book in the series out there. If you like the first book, you'll love the second book. I haven't read it. I can't say. I'm not one of her advanced readers, but, the book that she and I are working on together, I've got it up to almost 60,000 words now. When she can take a break from doing her own stuff independently, she's got to take a look at what I've got and tell me where I've got my head up my butt and what I need to correct. And then there's stuff that only she can do because it's her outline, it's her book. But the Cresperian Saga Heritage will be finished, and as soon as we can get this out the door, we're going to get it out the door, and there you go. Let's see. I'm tired of saying and I've got 30 seconds left to make my 15-minute deadline here. Let me just say, the new issue's up. Go read it, enjoy it, go to the forums, comment on the people's stories. Everybody needs to comment so that they can learn how to write better. It's your comments, as well as the editors, that make them learn what they need to learn. All right. Well, let me find the mouse here and click off. I've got 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and good night.